Kathy, why is youth mentoring so important?
Well, I tell you, every child needs as many caring adults in their life as possible. With all the pressures from now compounded with social media, to have influence, support, um, all those things I think is very important and critical in a child's life. So what we can do at Old National Bank to support children in our communities throughout our footprint, we feel is very important and integral in our communities.
Old National Bank is known as a wonderful civic neighbor in the many states where your banks are located. You do many things out in the community, including encouraging your employees to mentor. Why is youth mentoring important to Old National Bank?
Well, we are very focused on strengthening our communities and impacting lives. We feel it's very important. And mentoring is a key component of that. Actually, it's a key focus for Old National Bank is supporting mentoring programs throughout our footprint. So we do that whether it's partnering with Big Brothers Big Sisters, whether it be the Y programs. There's so many different programs, whether it be in elementary schools or even colleges. So we feel like mentoring is critical. We actually, our associates volunteered 93,000 hours last year through different programs, and mentoring being a key focus.
And one reason they have that many hours of volunteer service is your corporation provides people paid time off to go out and volunteer in the community, including mentoring. That's an extraordinary step that these people are on the clock, and yet the company is allowing them to volunteer out in the community to mentor children and youth. Why did that strategy come about?
Very important. And we wanted to make sure that our associates know that there's a difference from allowing them to encouraging. So we actually encourage them to volunteer at least 2 hours a month on company time. We want to have an impact in our communities, and this is a way we can do it. So it's one thing to give money, that's very important, but it's another thing to give volunteer time and to give that support and brain trust out in our communities. And supporting children is a prime way to do that, and we feel a very critical component of Old National Bank and what we can do in our footprint.
You stated so well the benefits to children and youth who are mentored. What do you see your employees when they come back from those mentoring relationship times, or that you hear about in the aftermath as they're out mentoring these kids?
Well, I happen to be a mentor, and I will tell you that it can be life-changing. I learned just as much from my little that he actually learns from me. So it's something we talk about, having a caring adult in your life. There's nothing better than having a caring child that gives it to you right back. So the bond, the relationship, the self-confidence, the self-worth, that's all a key component of it. So it's not only what you can do for the child, it's what that child can do for you as well.
Kathy, as a business leader, what advice would you have for other business leaders who might be considering a similar strategy of providing their employees with paid time off to mentor a child during the workday?
I think it's critical. I think it's critical to give back to the communities that are giving to you. So what I would suggest is that you sit down, maybe convene a task force, talk about what's your focus, because I do think it's important to have a focus. Talk to some different mentoring organizations, find out what the needs are, and then partner with them and make sure it's a partnership. So it's not about just doing it from a surface perspective, it's doing it to make sure that you're actually making a difference in the communities.
And at the Indiana Youth Institute, we have a free resource for businesses to use on how they can set this up through their human resources departments, and that is based on your policy at Old National Bank. So there is a way through the HR department to ensure this is done properly.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you, there's nothing better than the Indiana Youth Institute, and has made just a huge impact in our community. We had actually a mentoring organization that was struggling years ago, and through the services of IYI coming in, helping with some leadership development, fund development, that organization is thriving today. So if you need a resource, IYI is that resource to seek.
Well, thank you. And thanks for all that Old National Bank is doing in the community in so many ways in the many states where you serve, including providing mentors to children.
Well, thank you, Bill. We're honored to do it.